For some reason, it keeps fucking changing it every time I log on. And then I change it so it all works, and we're like, cool, fantastic. But then when I record, it keeps throwing it back to the other thing. Okay, so that should make my voice on yours better.
That sounds good. That sounds a lot better.
But it doesn't. But it's not. It hasn't made it better on the Streamlab.
Oh well. Anyway, I'll explain in a second. Anyway, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Apologies,
hang on. I haven't started recording.
It's my recording anyway.
Yeah, but I still got to record so you don't fuck it up and not record.
I'll be amazed if I get through this and my voice stays intact. Are you recording now?
Yes, I'm recording now, darling.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Dorks Down Under. This is season 4, episode 18, and I will be amazed if I make through all the way through this podcast with my voice intact, because as you can hear, it does not sound very good today. But that's because last night I was at the Darts Masters up in Auckland City, and it was fucking epic.
I must say though, I said that to Cherish. I said, we're probably going to talk about the darts because Jordan went to the darts, and he's like, "You mean like went to the pub and played darts?" I was like, "No, I went for the professional darts." She's like, "What?" And I showed her your video. So for anybody watching, Jordan sent me like a 7-second video of this fucking arena, like not even just like a little hall, a fucking arena full of people cheering, chanting, like. To be fair, you could have put Adele at the front and it would have looked like an Adele concert of them going crazy. And my housemate's like, "So where's the darts?" I was like, "You see that little dot there?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's that dartboard." She's like, "Is there two?" I'm like, "No, the same dude just throws it at the two dudes throw them at the same dartboard, but they sing, they dance, they go batshit insane." And she was like, "Does that look fun?" I was like, "You literally just get wasted and get dressed up." She's like, "Did Jordan get dressed up?" And then I may have shown her the photos.
Yes, I did get dressed up. There was a group of us that went, and we went as priests and nuns. And I was under instructions by Elle that I had to wear a priest costume because apparently I think she's mainly going to be. She would be very jealous that I'd look better. I'd outshine her in a nun costume. But anyway, regardless of. But it was an epic night. My voice was already on the go because my boy had his second to last rugby match the morning of, so I may have got a bit more animated than intended to because it was actually the boys all played really well and they actually got stuck in. So my voice was very hot, raspy anyway. And then I was doing lozenges, brother, throughout the day just to try and keep it good. That's how bad I knew it was going to be. And then out, of course, at the darts, yes, we could all officially say that we go to watch to see who's playing in the finals. Of course we do. I'd be lying if I say that's the real reason I go to watch it. Because I just love as you've already explained, it's not you going to watch the darts. You're not even going for the drink. You're going for the energy and the atmosphere and just the general hilarity of it all is so funny to go into the darts. I absolutely
But it is true though. Like the closest that I can think of it is it does feel like going to a soccer match where there's chants going around. Like the only thing there isn't is flares and actually fit people playing the sport. Because most of them, like to be fair though, Jordan and I, though we've lost a little bit of weight each, we are probably lightweights when it comes to darts with some of these O's. Like some of these O's are
in comparison to some of them, yes, absolutely. We are we're slim Jims in comparison to some of these darts players.
Man.
But it was a good night. In fact, I was having a very good day anyway for a start off because me and Ellie got checked in and then we snuck off to the casino where I won quite a bit of money. Not a lot. Yeah, I walked out about $200 up. So
that pays for the night at least.
I was
in theory
quite happy. Of course, we went back to the casino. Not the smartest of ideas, but what money I had won had gone, and I just say I was so cheesed off because I wasted $80 on blackjack. It was $10 a hand, and I won some, and I just kept losing, and I swapped tables, I swapped dealers, I just. Normally blackjack. Normally I'm maybe not winning a lot, but I normally end up on at least net, standard. Yeah. But it was a struggle. It was a thing. So we've had a long night. It was 2:30 by the time we got to bed, and
Well, I was actually writing a review on the new Dell 32K inch it's a Thunderbolt display where it actually has like almost like a KVM switch embedded into the back of the monitor. So it's really good if you've got things. But anyway, I started writing that, and then when you message me saying I'm here, I'm like, oh shit. To be fair, I said to Cherish, I'm like, he might rock up. Chances are he's probably going to be hungover like a bitch, or if he is, he'll be like, oh, actually, maybe not. So I started writing my review, and I was halfway through a paragraph, and then it went, I'm here. I'm like, oh, we are recording today.
Yes. No, I literally, I'll tell you what, I had a nana nap. That's how bad I had to. And I'll tell you that, this ain't going down easy, I'll tell you that either. Jesus.
Oh, man.
I was about to say, I quickly swung by the pub earlier to see how Ellie's doing in her pool competition, because if you think I'm bad, you can guess who might have been slightly worse than I was.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
She had a full night, and yeah, it's amazing what going to the darts does to my wife. Apparently, Mum goes away, and suddenly Elle, the girl that I met and married, she comes back.
Jesus Christ!
Like literally, she started off on wine at the hotel, and then it was what was she on after that? Then it was Pal's. The Pals drinks, the vodka soda drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was on pineapple ones of them, and she must have, I dread to think how many she had. And then she ended up on Jamaican ginger beer, Jamaican rum and ginger beer. And then
Jamaican.
And then we ended up on, and then she ended up having a mojito, a couple of mojitos. Yeah, it was just, she was bad.
Like, I can't. I almost messaged you back when you messaged me, and like you were in the Nun and the Priest. I'm like, I have a feeling that whatever happens after the darts is not going to be something a nun and a priest would get down to, because
dear Lord, no, absolutely,
it's going to be crazy.
By the time we got back, literally, thank God, our Uber driver with our friends, we swung by the Macca's. I think if we hadn't had the late night Macca's run,
yeah,
I think she might have been dead this morning. Because I think if she didn't have that burger in her soaking up some alcohol, I think she might have died this morning.
I'm just picturing her just doing the darts, doing the thing, and just going,
yeah.
And every time she hits it, just being like, I don't care. This is one of those times where, when little kids go up and they just bang the balls anywhere. I feel like Al's like, I'm just going to do that and hopefully lose so I can go throw up.
Actually, when we swung by the pub just to check in on that, she actually looks on good form. I think her hair of the dog is going down a bit easier than mine is today.
Oh.
But my dog, I didn't mix my dog. I stayed on the same stuff, but I'm struggling today.
It is funny though that I've had that a few times where sometimes if the hair of the dog, sometimes the hair of the dog is the greatest thing you've ever had in the world.
Yeah.
Other times it's like razor blades, and it is horrific.
I know I need to have it though, because I know if I don't, I'm going to be worse. Sort of thing. Yeah.
I was going to say, you could come over. We're cooking a nice vindaloo.
Oh.
It's literally sitting in. It's in the oven as we speak. I've ground it off all the meat, put everything in, chucked it into the oven.
Yes, absolutely. Honestly, yeah. Sign me up. I'll get a flight now. Fucking hell, I would as well. God forbid. Love me a good curry. There's one person in the entire of TK. She does it as a little side hustle, and you can order. You got to order like a couple of days in advance, sort of thing. And she'll like for like, I think it's like it was $60, and it's a massive pot, like a full pot full with rice and naan breads and everything else. It's
okay. We don't have naan breads. Like I'll cook the rice later and stuff, and I've got the
She makes everything fresh, and oh my God, it's so. And you just literally ask her. She said, "Oh, what curries are you making?" And she gives you like a list of which ones you can order. And I think it was Ellie's birthday. Yeah, it was Ellie's birthday the last time we ordered from her, and she said, "Oh." I said, buy any, we had a look at the curry list, and we were like, we don't really fancy any of them. She went, well, what do you eat in the mood for? I said, well, ideally, we like a hot chicken tikka, something like that, or something in there. And she went, I don't have chicken tikka, but I can make something similar, and you might like it. And I was like, is it going to be hot? She went, how hot do you want it? I was like, there we go. Now we're talking. That's a phrase I always want to hear: is how hot do you want it? But we ordered it medium, and I tell you what, it was. Her medium is good. I was happy.
Yeah,
good sort of thing.
100%. And I think that's the best thing about curry is curry just soothes the soul. And you can have them piss weak, but I must say I always complain when people are like, we went over to a friend's house and same thing, they made us a curry, and I was like, oh yes, and I had it, and I'm just like, there's no spice. This is white people curry. This is bad.
Yeah, I mean, this is the problem. The problem is that of course I've been fed on curries since I was a boy. because it was a novelty. Suddenly the town suddenly had a curry house, and of course everybody went, and of course it was brand new flavors, and of course they started me off on a korma because you've got to start off on a korma and everything else. But don't get me wrong, you can get really good kormas. They just I like a kick. I like a little bit of flavour and a little bit of heat in it. I like to. I mean, as I said, the worst time I ever had was there was one a Tintaloo, which was one in Newcastle.
Oh, I remember you telling me about this, and it just blew my mind. It was the weirdest thing ever.
Never do it. Ever. I will never do that again. I'm not stupid enough. Even though I had alcohol in me, I think my body might PTSD and go, no, just reject it. But
he's like my butt's stinging just thinking about it. That's how bad it is.
But anyway, what I was bitching about is I've just gone to the PDC darts tickets thing to see if they've announced next year. And they've said that they're coming back to Spark Arena next year in August 26. In August, we don't know the dates yet, but sadly, I can't sign up to get notified about tickets because I want to get on the table next time. I want to get down on the tables if I can. So
because you were in the grandstand, looking at from where you were on the grandstand. Yeah, it's still cool as shit. Don't get me wrong.
No, it was. Hey, no, there was no complaints about the seats. It wasn't the fact that I just want to be down on the floor, just enjoy, being part of that energy level as well. So but it was great up in the stands. Sort of thing.
And that level of,
and I highly recommend if you ever get a chance to go because it is epic. It's really hard going to for example, if you want to go to Alexandra Palace in London to watch darts, you can't generally pay for them. You have to go into a lottery to see if you can get access to them. Access to the tickets.
See, I don't hate that. I don't mind that. I know in Australia. So one thing that happens in Australia is when the grand final happens, you go into a lottery. You can buy a level of membership that gets you like a social club membership that will allow you to get a free ticket, but most of it is done in a lottery. And I get that there are going to be people that haven't been to a single game but want to go to the grand final and they're going to go into a lottery. Yeah. But I do think it's the fairest way to do things, just because if you've got 200,000 people trying to go to see something that only holds say 50,000, it is unfair to have the same people, the people with the most money, being able to go and do that. But the only thing that sucks about it is that, of course, me and my brother were both on the list, and he got selected I think twice the entire time I was in England, and it really fucking irked me that he got to go twice and I didn't get to go. So I think because he went with all his mates, sort of thing. I wanted to go with all my mates, sort of thing. So it was kind of, it was just one of those things. But so for your thing, I don't know where Wollongong is, but they're in Wollongong. Wollongong is a while away.
Wollongong, all right. They're in Wollongong.
The Gong's north of Sydney.
Oh, okay. So they're in Wollongong in August 26 as well. So I assume they'll probably go to, we're mid-month, so we'll either be the start or the end of your month or something like that. Yeah. So but that'll be good. But highly recommend.
I don't know if I can ask for work off because in my work we actually have these massive quarterly meetings with all our top suppliers. And most of these people we spend millions of dollars with, so we have a quarterly meeting. So for me, I find that certain months are write-off, which is one of them's August. So I think it goes November, May, August, and then September are normally complete write-offs because that's when the quarterly meetings are, and it's just what is it? I don't know. There's March, May, August, and November, but they're absolute write-offs, and you just can't get anything done. We're in the middle of it right now, and I'm ahead. Yeah. And I've still got 4 more of these things to go, and I'm still doing stuff for them because we're just you can't even though I was a month ahead at one point, I'm now behind, and it's just it's ridiculous. Yeah. But so if it's in August, I don't know if I could say to my boss, how we're really busy in August? Can I nick off for a couple of days? What for? I'm going to go see the darts. I'm like. Well, I'm not sure if my boss would allow it.
I'm sure he would. I'm sure he would more than want to do it as a corporate event as well. Because why not? Honestly, I just love going to the darts all day. It's just not about. One thing actually was really good. I actually won on all the bets I made on the betting app. I was
Oh,
sat,
so you actually bet on him as
I
well.
bet
So
on
you
the
went to
darts as
casino,
well, and
bet, and then went back to the
and
casino.
then went back to the casino. Yeah, because I was up money. I had cash burning a hole in my pocket, brother.
Oh my god.
I know. I was on top of the world. I had several beers in. I won a load of money. My voice was about to give out from all the cheering and singing that I kept. I was living my best life, and then it all went Pete-tong, as it does. The
I
universe
know.
decided to humble me ever somewhat. Got right. Okay, you've had your
Jeez.
fun. You need to take the money back now. But nah, it was. Oh god, it was. As I say, it was a good bloody nice sort of thing, and it's hilarious how even though Elle was dying this morning, I said, "So we're going to do it again next year, and we'll try and get a table turn." Oh yeah, absolutely. so she's
Yeah, like I know my brother's been to a few of the more local ones, and then I think that there was some Worlds down here that he got a few
yeah.
tickets to through work and stuff. But he goes, even if you're at the back and you can't see anything, you can't hear anything, it is still the most amazing
Oh,
time because it is completely and utterly diabolical.
honestly, they've got big screens everywhere, so you can see the action happening, sort of as live. And of course, whenever they're on for a 180, of course, like the first dart will go in, the camera then zooms in, so you know what's coming, and it's like oh, and of course it's and when they miss it, it's like boo, everyone boos and cheers and everything else. It's really good.
But it really is. It does like it's such a weird sport because it does like some of the best experience I've had at a sporting event obviously was soccer or football for those that don't call it soccer and are wrong.
Yes.
But like to the point where when you go to the football, when you go to the soccer, the atmosphere is insane. Like there's chants, but there's not just like one chant. There's heaps of chants. Not to mention sometimes there are chants made up on the spot, and just the atmosphere of it. Like, and that's funny because it can be a 0-0 draw, and you can still have had the best time ever, and you've literally seen nothing. And for darts, which is just normally two quite hefty blokes to throw these little things into a circle, and it's like doing that, but you can't see shit. And even the big screens, you're watching the big screens. I'm like, and for it to have that atmosphere, it's kind of hilarious. But it is also one sport where you're like, oh, I could probably throw a dart. And you're like, you probably could. Like, not gonna lie.
Honestly, it's hilarious how I mean, don't get me wrong, I play video games and do all this chat. I've got very good hand-eye coordination, especially when firing rifles and shit like that. Give me a set of darts. It's actually it's dangerous. Honestly, I am.
Yeah.
They bounce out the board so many times, and I've actually hit people in feet and everything. It's not good. I am so bad at darts. It's legit. I have no business being near a dartboard whatsoever, unless I am scoring it. That's the only reason I should be there. But yeah,
It also sounds like for anybody that's playing, if you ever see Jordan wear darts,
Run.
don't go anywhere near
Run.
the door bar,
Just run.
the dartboard,
Just
or if you
leave.
don't want to get hit, stand in front of the
Just
dartboard because it
leave,
sounds like
honestly.
that's probably easier.
Oh my god. Anyway, I did want to discuss a show I've just been actually a show I've just caught up with today. Have you caught any of the new Alien Earth?
No, I heard somebody talking about it at Water Gardens. Like we were literally walking, and I was like, "Alien Earth." I'm like, "Is that the TV series they were going to bring out that we were
Yeah.
talked about earlier on in the year?"
So it's Aliens, the Aliens franchise, and yeah, it's on Disney Plus. Well, it's on Fox, but they own Disney Plus, or Disney Plus own them now, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And so basically, ship crash lands, and it's kind of one thing I'm actually enjoying about it is because obviously we get to see the xenomorph. Yes, okay, yeah, we've seen the xenomorph. On this, you actually get to see several other aliens, which is quite cool. I actually quite like that in the the fact is because we know there's other aliens in the aliens universe because the predators are there, and we know that they hunt everything. So
like it's kind of funny because it's like, okay, so we're used to seeing like the Navy SEALs of aliens. Now you just get to see like Jim Bob alien that just goes to work and just tidies up.
Oh no, the aliens. So there's a Weyland Yutani vessel that crashes. In fact, one thing that's really cool as well in the opening thing in the first episode, they explain there's actually because obviously we know the synths from very first movie. We know the synthezoids, and that's always been played up synthezoids. However, they've actually explained there's 3 types of synthezoids. There's the standard synth that we all know already, with Bishop and blah 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 and all that jazz. We already know that one. There's cyborgs. They actually state there's actually cyborgs, and they actually define that as humans who have had mechanical or body enhancements to themselves, and you get to see a side. And you get to see.
Is that like that dude with the knife?
No. So that Bishop's a synthozoid. He's a robot. He's a robot with an AI intelligence in it.
I thought he was
a cyborg is a human who's upgraded himself for whatever purpose, and he could do whatever he needs to do.
I forgot. I thought he was a cyborg. That's what I was like.
Yeah. And then the final one, which is the one that this focuses on in this series, is called hybrids, where it's a new type of synthezoids where they've transferred a human consciousness into a synthezoid body. And I think that's what we're going to see in that new Predator movie that's coming out soon.
Yeah.
I think that's the new type we're seeing in that as well. So that's going to be interesting. But
what's weird though is you're talking this. I just found something that just came up online, like on Facebook, weirdly.
Yeah.
And it actually has the Alien timeline.
Was it?
Yeah. So it says here Prometheus was 2093.
Yeah.
Alien Covenant was 2104. Alien Earth was 2120, so 16 years after the Alien Covenant. The original Alien was 2 years after the Earth at 2122.
Yeah.
Romulus at 2142. Aliens with an S, 2179. Aliens 3 the same year, and then Alien Resurrection was 2381. So I'll send you the image.
I've just found the image here. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, so I'll send you the image so you can put it in the little doohickey of the thingo.
No, we'll do. But the So the other really interesting thing, literally in this first episode delivers really well. Actually, I actually watched the second one straight back to back and there's only 2 episodes out so far. But they explain, because obviously this is set obviously 2120, and they explain that there's 4 corporations who run the world, and Weyland-Yutani is one of them, and which runs North and South America. But basically, we're focusing on the hybrids are made by this company called Prodigy, and he's the new fifth company empire and everything else. And the ship that's crashed has crashed on his island, and it's smashed through one of his residential towers and shit like that sort of thing. But it's honestly I highly recommend it so far. I mean, going to be interested to see how they're going to go with it, because obviously it's kind of deviating from the standard Alien, movie situation sort of thing.
Because that's what I was trying to figure out. How is it going to be? Is it going to be like, are they going to try to invade the alien world, or is it I didn't know where this was going to sit or how this was going to be done. So I must say I was interested, and when I heard somebody talking about it at at Water Gardens, which is our local shopping centre, I was like, fuck, I remember it saying they were coming out because we spoke about it, but I'm like, I didn't realise it was out already, but that's kind of cool. And weirdly, it didn't come out on any of my completely legal sites.
Oh, is it not on any of the legal sites? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, that's what it says yet. But that being said, I could probably search it, and it's probably just come up without the actual picture, so I haven't seen it. But yeah.
Oh well, yeah. About I'm sure you will find. I'm sure you will find it.
I've already found it.
Yeah, good. But yeah, so definitely recommend it. Absolutely, it's really good. Yeah. So that's. Apart from that, I've not done much else this week because I've been so busy with work. And last week, as I said, I was travelling. And apologies for our the last Sunday, because it was my boy. They had a rugby competition on, and I didn't realise it was going to go the entire goddamn day. Oops. I thought it was a morning jobby, and we'd be done. No, I think we got back at like 5:00 that day. So
Jesus!
Yeah, his first game kicked off at like 10:00, and yeah, by the time we'd all finished and wrapped up and prize giving's been done, we got back at like 5:30, and I'm like, oh, we're done. We just could not be asked for the rest of the day.
Far out.
Yeah, no, why don't you just jump on and do a record now? I thought, my voice is shot. I cannot be bothered. I'm tired.
That's why. To be fair, I didn't expect you to actually
sure
be on today with everything happening. I was like, yeah, he's probably not going to be on there.
No. I am always, if I'm never going to make it, I always tell you. So I normally do send a message saying, 1 p.m. We'll see. Well, you're 1 p.m. We'll see you then. But yeah, I forgot to do that.
Yeah, but I because I hadn't heard your I'll be there at 1 or anything like that, and I also was like, I also know that he's probably going to be struggling a bit, so I'm wondering if he's going to try to hold off, and then
No,
be
no,
like,
I'm here, brother.
actually,
I'm here.
nah. I'm impressed. I'm
Um,
impressed. But I did have a bit of a Vine moment yesterday.
a
Do you
fine
remember?
moment. Wow,
Remember?
that's a hot phrase that's not been used in a long time.
So before okay, so for anyone under the age of probably about 35, maybe even younger, we had Vines, which were like TikToks, except for the fact you only had 7 seconds. And where we do, there's a really nice grocer, 90% of the time, we'll say, because during summer, I think they just leave their stuff out there and it kind of goes bad, or they just keep stocking stuff on top and then it goes bad. So we're like, ugh, we don't go there as much. But this little kid walks in and he looked like maybe 19 or 20.
Yeah.
And we're walking out of Audi towards the fruit and veg shop. And he's like, oh, bro, I just got to go to the fruit and veg shop for a second. And we're like, well, and the guy, and you hear his friend go, what do you need to go to the fruit shop for? Because obviously they've just bought Monster energy drink. So
Yeah.
he's like, yeah. And then you see him walk in, and the guy's like, what do you need? And he like, I need a
Oh
watermelon
my god.
to heal my dome. And then he runs out, and I'm just like, that was pretty funny.
Oh my
I
god.
must say that
Really?
was very funny.
That's still being done. Jesus, that's old. That's really old.
I'm, I'm guessing what's happened is it's come back
No, it shouldn't come
onto
back.
Instagram or something like that.
The
You know how sometimes you find reels that were
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
cross-coded? There's got to be that, and he's obviously seen it and
I
thought, and
did
him and his mates thought it was funny.
the only one from Vine I liked was what was that guy? It was Tom Sanders, where he would do the like he's the narrator, and he'd come up to people saying the girl thought she was the most beautiful thing, but did little she know there was a snake,
Oh yes,
or something like that. So he
there was
used to
that other one. There's a black guy that sang that song that you've heard, and I can't remember what it is, but it's just that catchphrase, but he kind of half sings it, and I can't think of what it is, but you've heard it on everything now. Oh,
Vine song catchphrase. See what Google AI comes up with. No.
oh, it was just this thing, and you've heard it like 100 times, but I can't remember what it was called. But he like sings it.
Oh my god, here we go. How about this might help me. Vines I quote daily. Here we go.
Oh, oh no, that's what it is.
Oh, what the
Oh my
dog?
God.
What the dog
No,
doing?
no, no, this
No?
one.
Oh, I could have dropped my croissant.
Can
No?
you hear that or no?
I
Or
I
where he's
I know that one.
yeah, that's the one. That's the one that I always. That was the one that always makes me laugh. Where
Oh,
he's like, "Oh my God," I'm like, "Yes, baby."
oh my god. Yeah, I know that one. Jesus, that's an old one.
That's the one I remember. But like when he was singing about the watermelon, I'm like, it just makes me laugh. And then Cherish is like, I don't get it. So I had to show it to her. And then I found this video that went through about 16 of them. It's like, oh, you people use soap to clean your bone. I use watermelon to keep me fresh. And he's like, look at those people drown. But I'm floating around on a watermelon. And he's just got this
Yeah.
big inflatable watermelon. And I'm just like, oh my God. And then the funniest thing is we normally get watermelon from there
Yeah.
because they normally have really nice fresh cut watermelon. So we got a quarter of a watermelon. And now I'm like, what are we having for after dinner? She's like, we might have some fruit. What about a watermelon to fill my bones? And then she's like, I already hate that. I'm like, oops.
Oh no, I'll tell you one thing. I introduced Ellie. So while we were chilling out and waiting for our friends to turn up, and we're just getting ready in the hotel room, I put on some bits and bobs just on YouTube. I was casting from my phone, and I was like, I remember wanting to show Ellie this for ages. It was, have you ever seen a show called Game Changers on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, all right. So, there was a clip ages ago where, because obviously I've only ever watched the free ones. I've never watched the full. I'm not paying. I'm not paying to watch game shows.
No.
Sort of thing. And there was obviously, I think he was in Make Some Noise, one of the other shows that they do. And Brendan Lee Mulligan, and the prompt is the fight. What is it? The confrontation between Times New Roman and Comic Sans.
Oh, this is funny. I've seen that one.
And
Yeah.
I put it on for Ellie. And very much, I've seen it 1,000 times. I still howl. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Ellie,
I see it every now and again on Instagram.
Ellie nearly fell off her chair. She was laughing so hard.
the other one that I find really funny, and just because of how intelligent it is, because it actually has a lot to do with it, is when he says you need to advertise a new McDonald's burger, and it's called the Macbeth.
Oh, the Macbeth.
If anybody hasn't seen it, go watch it. He puts on this thick Scottish
the cow
accent,
killed by the butcher who looked in its eyes,
and he just does it so well, and it's just brilliant. He's like, oh tomorrow, and then he just keeps going on and on. Like it is such a clever bit, and I must say, I know that they say that they come up with it just off the top of their head, but I do think there's a little bit of pre-thought or things.
The thing is, though, is that I've seen several things from behind the scenes, and they genuinely do not plan it. They're all very highly creative people, and they're obviously they all, some of them are improv comics and everything else. So
D&D
enthusiasts. So the fact is, they're used to being in that mindset of this is what we're gonna do, and so they're always. One of my favorite ones. I've only seen clips of it. I kind of want to watch the episode. I would actually pay. So I could watch it, which is the one where it's in the green room's an escape room. And he's locked the 3 contestants in. He's locked them in the back. Yeah, it's stupid. You can find clips of it online. It's funny. So it's Brendan Lee Mulligan, Lou and a girl, and they go into the green room. The door locks like an audible, and then Sam pops out.
Yes.
And they said, "Welcome to Game Change," and I'm your host, Sarah. I've been here the whole time. And then of course they realise that the game show is an escape room, and basically Lou and Brendan just start smashing shit up. It's
Why wouldn't you?
They go in. It's so funny to watch. Also, yeah, if you could just go watch the clips of it, it is funny as.
It's one of those series that I've always thought, I'm like, I would really like to just download and just watch, because there are some good bits.
Yeah.
But I'm also afraid that I've seen 80 or 90% of the good bits from like the different clips and things that I've watched, because there's been so many of them that are really clever, and I've seen so many of them, so I'm afraid that if I do watch it, some of the other ones are going to be like,
Well, to be fair, I know that there's a lot more shows that they do that you don't get to see. Like they do this one where it's like it's kind of like a TED Talk, but it's like they do a TED Talk for stupid topics.
So is this the one where the chick came out and said there's no such thing as vegetables? And then she actually went through and said it's actually a culinary term to put everything together. I think because obviously you've got legumes and different things. I think I've seen that one.
No, the best one I saw of that one is these cartoon characters would be invited to the cookout. and he goes through this list, and he goes, Woody would be invited. Woody from Toy Story, he'd be invited to the cookout. Because you know why? Because he would mind his own damn business. That's why. And he goes off on a list. This guy goes off on a list, and I've only seen the clip, but I didn't get to see the ending. And I'm like, I want to see who else gets invited to the cookout. I'm desperate to know. But
no. I mean, I have seen it, and I must say there are some really clever bits to it. But yeah, it is one of those things where I'm just like, I don't know where to get it, and I don't know if I want to sign up to things and pay for things where I'm just like,
no. That's the only thing. I mean, the fact that if I was, I mean, I do enjoy watching Critical Role, so I do kind of. Well, it's like, well, I could pay to watch Dimension 20, but it's like, I prefer Critical Role in some regard, sort of thing. But yeah, there is plenty of things. Actually, the show is good as well. I do enjoy that sort of thing, where that's a proper nerdy show. Like if you are an expert on something, like actually, it does come up with some really good stuff.
But you heard that Brennan's actually, I think he's coming to Critical Role. I think he's DMing Critical Role.
Yeah, well, he's worked with them for on and off for years, sort of thing, and for the next campaign, what was it? What was his name? What's his name?
Matt Mercer.
Matt Mercer wanted a season off. And he was like, the only person I could possibly think of who we could have would be Brendan Lee Mulligan to do it. Because he's done one-offs for them here and there, but he's, the fact is that he's really good on Dimension 20 with all his storyline things. So
100%.
God knows what he's going to come up with. I tell you now.
100%. And I think if you're going to get somebody that isn't Matt Mercer, you need to find somebody damn good to be able to do it. And I think he's proven himself several times over.
Absolutely.
So
I personally, I think he's really hilarious in some of the stuff that he does. Brendan Lee Mulligan, he cracks me up. One of my other favorite clipped episodes was the one where he can't win. So all the game is yes and no. It's like this question, yes or no.
Oh yeah, and he does ramble. He does love a good ramble.
But when he finally works it out, when he finally works out what the game is, and he goes off on a 10-minute monologue, and then at the end the other contestant's like, hang on, was Brendan in it the whole time, and we're the ones who've just been played? Because that can't have been, that sounds scripted.
Yeah.
And then Sam's like, Sam, and he's like, Brendan, what is the rule of the game? I cannot win.
There's a couple that I've seen that were pretty funny where it were just silly things, like it was like, what is this bird? And it's like, that's a pigeon. What is this bird? And she's like, a penguin. And then it's like, what's this bird? And he's like, and it's like, no, you're wrong, Brennan. That's a duck-billed, purple-bellied rice thing. And then it's like the next one, that's a chicken. That's also a chicken. What's this one? Actually, no, Brennan. That's a South American people eater, spider people eater. You're like, what the hell? And I think they're just doing it just to wind him up, and then he rages like
they do. No, they do, because I remember that one. That was a heart monitor game. So he had to keep within 20 beats per minute of your resting heart rate, and of course his anxiety went through the roof. And he did fail that one, but he was.
I didn't realize what that one was. I just remember seeing it, and I could just see him getting more and more angry. And I'm just like, oh my god.
Honestly, some of the stuff that they have done is hilarious, and it cracks me up. But yeah, I'd say I am considered. I'll tell you now, it does swing around every now and again. It's like, I could just buy it and then just binge it for a month, and then cancel it. But I already know I won't, because I know I'll get hooked. But yes,
that's the biggest problem. Is you're like, I'll binge it in a month, and then a month happens. You're like, actually, no, I'm gonna quickly just watch this one, and then before you know it, you're like, yeah.
But anyway, right. Anyway, I can feel my voice is actually about to break.
Oh, poor baby!
I can feel it right there. It's really hurting. So I'm gonna wrap it up here. So it's a short episode for me to read.
Poor little darling.
Poor little darling. Anyway, I want to thank everyone for who's recently liked, shared, and subscribed. Please make sure you do. You can find us available on all good podcast platforms. If you want to see our beautiful faces, you can tune in at Spotify or at YouTube. And yes, please make sure you do come back, where next week we'll have some actual scheduled content rather than just two idiots rambling.
We won't just go on about what I'm alone to feel my bones.
Well, next weekend, Helldivers is officially released to Xbox, so that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I'm interested with that, because that does sound like it could be good.
Well, it's a good chance for you to get caught up, because of course then you can join with the fellow new wave, the fellow big new player wave. That will help, sort of thing.
And hopefully not get kicked off every single time I touch anything.
No, trust me, you'll be fine. God forbid. But I'm probably going to be online playing, sort of thing. I've been dabbling in and out. I've kind of stalled. I'm kind of waiting.
It annoys me sometimes, because I'm just like, come on, guys, like we've got to learn at some point. It's like, no.
Oh yeah. No, I need to come help you out anyway. But anyway, thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Peace out. I'm gonna try and finish this beer.
That's bad. One beer per episode. Jesus Christ.
I've not even finished the beer. I normally finish the bottle. I've not even got enough.
Poor little guy. Even though it's self-induced, it's hard to feel sorry for him. But poor little guy.
Bye, guys. Catch you later.
Layers.